welcome you to the session on the role of data science and analytics in modern business. And today we have with us Ms. Kuchi. Sessions expert Kuchi Sanchita has over 16 years of industry experience leading the delivery of effective analytical business solutions. She was honored with the prestigious industry recognition 3AI Women to Watch Out in Analytics in 2021 for her contributions to the field. With a keen eye on the evolution and disruptions in the AI and machine learning space over the last 2 decades, she has spearheaded numerous AI and ML-based upskilling initiatives which have been well received. So now I give this mic to Ms. Sanchita, and if whatever questions you have, please feel free to ask.
Thank you. Okay. Hello, am I audible? Mic working? Okay, great. So, good morning, everyone. I can't hear. So many people in the room and no energy at all. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay, great. So I welcome you all to my class and thank you in advance for your attention. So just few modus operandi in the class. Please use your mobile phones if and only if it is very urgent. Okay? Let's try to make the most of this class. You all are up early in the morning and right here to learn something, and I'll also learn from you. You'll also learn from something that I share with you. So let's make the best use of this time. Okay. So let's first start with this icebreaker. I don't think we have internet here. Okay, let's start with this. Let me ask you this question: that what comes to your mind when we use the word data science?
Processing of the data to draw some insights. It is all about processing of the data to draw some insights.
Draw insights. Very good. What's your name?
Chinanchuka.
Chinanshika.
Chinanchuka.
Thank you, Chinanshika. Okay. So draw insights. Okay. Other word that she used was data. What else? Is it the first time we are hearing this term? Data science and analytics. Oh, perfectly fine. That could be the case, but just wanted to gauge the understanding that the current class has. Draw meaningful insights from the data. Yes, correct. What else? Collection of files. Okay. What else? Just speak out one or two words that come to your attention.
Survey data.
Survey data. Okay. Data, files. Okay. What else? Analyzing the data. Okay, perfect. What else? Yeah? Systematic data. Okay. What else? Last 10-20 seconds.
Using mathematical and
Statistical tools. Okay. Great point. What else? Collection of raw data. Okay. Great. Yeah? Information about something. So word information is important here. Right? Prediction. Wonderful. Who was this? Very good. What's your name? Arun. Okay. What else? मैनिपुलेशन ऑफ डेटा. आजकल तो काफी यूट्यूब फीड में भी ऐड में आता है. और कोई वर्ड? सर्च. ओके, सर्च. व्हाट एल्स? Do we get those feed? AI tools use नहीं किए, नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी and all that. Any triggers? Okay. Can I put AI here? What is the full form of AI? Is it? Artificial intelligence. Okay, we'll come to that later, but it is, we have started, the research now calls it augmentative intelligence. But let's understand, we will understand that later. Okay, very good. Artificial intelligence. Very good. So the key things that does anyone want to add here anything? Okay. So the key things that come up very particularly is file, data. Data is a common theme. Tools, raw data, survey again, prediction, manipulation of the data, searching something using data, artificial intelligence, business insights, right? So these are, yeah, please get in. So these are some of the things that we collectively have, these are some of the things we collectively, fathomed about, what we understand about data science and analytics, okay? All right. So let's now understand what is data science, and how we will go about in this session is, this will be very interactive session, guys, okay? We are not here to do any boring mathematical equations or anything like that. We will just stimulate ourselves to understand what is this entire buzzword about, okay? And I want you to ask questions. I'll pause after I complete a section. It will be a very interactive session. So let's make the most of it by being attentive and participative. It's okay if we don't know. Every question is an important question till it is not addressed, right? So no question is stupid. So most welcome. All right. Yeah, please get it. Let's understand what is data science, okay? So let's see this. Yeah. So this is a small clip from our favorite movie Swades. देखी है सबने स्वदेश? देखी? Okay, what did it? Okay, we all watched this clip. What was the most striking thing about this clip? Of course, Shah Rukh Khan. Other than that? Prediction. Who said that? What's her name? Radhika. Okay, what else? What else? Sahadev के बारे में कुछ? What was Sahadev telling us about?
Information.
What information was Sahadev telling us? Weather forecasting. How was he forecasting the weather? By viewing the sky. आसमान साफ है, 2 दिन तक बारिश नहीं होगी. What is it? He's looking at some data points, isn't it? He's looking at the cloud, making a note of what the condition of the clouds are, like whether it's an overcast sky or not, and then taking a decision, giving us a forecast or an outcome prediction that whether it will rain in 2 days or not, right? So, essentially data science is not a new concept. We all have been doing it in some shape or form in our lives. Even our grandmother, grandfathers have been doing it. दिवाली टाइम पे सेल बढ़ जाएगी अगर शॉप होता है तो. We try to have more manpower around that time, right? We all would do it in some shape or form. So processing data and doing it. It's just that in those times, all this processing used to happen here, right? It was human intuition which was used here. Now what is this field of data science and analytics? Okay. So the data we all know are about the facts, and we won't call it information because information is something that is processed data generally, but any pieces facts that we know, any observations that we record, and science literally means to know. So the origination of the word data science comes from the fact to know from the data. Okay? So that's where the word data science comes in. Why do we call it analytics? Because we are analyzing the data and coming at something. So the field name is analytics, right? Why do we call it artificial intelligence? Because it's not human intelligence, intuitive, right? Okay. So let's first understand few examples of data science in our day-to-day life. I have also listed them here for your, to trigger some thoughts in you. So, any thoughts here? Believe me, we all are interacting with data science artifacts day in and day out. Believe me or not. But let's see how much of it we are aware of, okay? So, any thoughts? Do we all use, okay, yeah. Huh? How do we use it in retail sector? What are they going to buy? Amazing. So it's inventory management that you want to know how much you want to stock it, right? So like I gave the example during festival season, you may expect a spike in the sales of, let's say, dry fruits or the gift items that we give to people, our acquaintances. So we may want to stock it more during that time and stock it little lesser during summer time when we don't have festivities. So that pattern, if we analyze through data, sitting here you can talk about India. But if you get a lot of data about US, how do you know at what time you should stock the data? So probably, very good. What's your name? Varun. So what Varun told us is an example. You can analyze all the data, how the sales has been historically, and you can make a call. In US, do we know there is something called a Black Friday or the Thanksgiving week? Halloween's, during that time there is spike in people, there is spike in some sales because during Thanksgiving time they purchase a lot of things like Christmas. Christmas is an intuitive thing but Thanksgiving was a discovery to me when I looked at the data. Okay, so one very good example. What else? Trading, yes. What's this? Yeah, correct, Sakshi. Trading is also there. You are predicting the stock price and then making a choice. Yeah.
For customer service, it can be the feedbacks and complaints which we get from customers. We can improve on that trend.
Correct. Very good. So stock price prediction, and you are talking about customer service feedback analysis. So if you analyze all the feedback, you can understand what are the pain points of the customer. Like somebody said survey data, using that. What else? Very good. Chatbot on bank website. Have we come across those irritating chatbots which just make us go loop in loop? Yeah, right? Press one, go there. But they obviously they solve 80% of our problems too. But it is frustrating for the rest 20% of the times. But all those chatbots are again an artifact of data science. Imagine there is nobody sitting there, but there is somebody who is able to answer your questions on the fly. So very good. Chatbot. What's your name? Suraj. Right. Okay. Chatbot. What else? Again, capacity planning in hospitals. Okay, capacity planning. Perfect. There was also a raise of hand, yeah? Demand and price forecasting. Where have we seen that? Okay, very good. So, which type of customer is investing in which type of, would like to take which type of product, right? Have we seen, that's a very good point. Have we seen the recommendation? The range, price sensitivity, okay? So you're talking about price sensitivity. What else? What kind of financial services? Very good, providing loans. What else? Who is analyzing, sorry? Correct. They control the market forces. So, right, these are business insights. So, let's call them insights. For example, what RBI does. Okay. Yeah, what else in our day-to-day lives? One by one. Manage the wholesale and retailer business from the data. How do you manage that? Connecting. Oh, very good, very good. Connecting parties. So, majorly this is what e-commerce does. What else? There was a raise of hand, yeah? Government to, it helps the government to make the policy. Right? कहीं कहीं पे there are very good examples. Signboard होता है ना? Accident prone area. How do they know? Maybe more accidents were found on that location. Yeah. Fraud transactions, fraud detection. Very good. Somebody, yes? Budget forecasting. Yes, you can do a lot of forecasting. So I'll put that all into insights and forecasting. GDP सारा forecasting GDP में डाल लो. Price forecast, demand forecast, GDP forecast. सब कुछ उसमें आप all is forecasting. Example of forecasting, rightly said. Yeah, what else? develop new medicine using, okay. So your pharma simulations, okay. Very good. Okay, very nice. So if you think of it, let's look at you've all looked at your daily lives and tried to find those examples. So just let's summarize what we have learned. Banking and insurance, yes, the loans that you get. So have you ever wondered, some people get the loans, some people are scammed daily. Ma'am, एक credit card आपको इतना loan मिला है, आप ले लीजिए. And there are some people who are looking for loans and they don't get it, right? Is it just that कि उनके, how do they make that how do they determine who should we offer loans and who should we not offer loans? Should we offer loans to everyone? हम सारे दोस्तों को पैसे दे देते उधार मांगने में आते तो नहीं. हम कैसे एनालाइज करते हैं? सिबिल स्कोर. दोस्तों का हम देखते हैं ना, पास्ट रिकॉर्ड क्या रहा है, नौकरी लगी है ना, दे देगा ना, राइट? जितनी नौकरी की तनख्वाह है उतना ही मांग रहा है ना. Or like we look at certain factors and try to determine how much should we lend, right? Should we lend or not lend? That is what happens in banking. Even in your insurance, how much premium and coverage should be there? They're all coming from certain data science based modules based on which you are offered those limits out there, right? Then comes e-commerce. We all use Amazons, don't we? Don't we use YouTube? YouTube पे हम जो देखते हैं हमें वैसा ही मिलता है. कैसे होता है वो? That's a data analytics. Is it really making a no, it's fine. Okay. So what they do, they call it recommendation engine. So all your Amazons have recommendation engine. They will understand you're a male or a female based on your past purchases, and they will show you things which will make more relevance for you, right? They will not go and show you children's robotic car if you are someone who has been purchasing, let's say, t-shirts from Amazon, right? Or you've been somebody who is purchasing dresses or sarees on Amazon. So that understanding they get from the data without even looking at you. They have that understanding from the data. They're profiling you and giving you relevant recommendations. Imagine कितने सारे products हैं Amazon में. अगर सब वो दिखाने लग जाए तो आप लोगे भी नहीं. It will look like a go down to you. But the beauty lies in how they crunch that data and show you what is of relevance to you. Uber, connecting you where you are. That is okay. That's more a tech solution. But the kind of drivers they give you when you book a Uber ride is also a function of the kind of performance you have shown historically, right? So good customers are given, good chatty drivers who are, who don't have bad scores and all that. So there, who is doing that matching? वहाँ बैठ के कोई कर नहीं रहा है. All data is leveraging, helping them do that, right? Retail and marketing, yes, rightly said. Marketing offers. So what kind of marketing offers should be sent to me? For example, it's in the e-commerce, if like we have that e-commerce example, like Amazon ki recommendations. Customer service, yes, chatbots are a great example, analyzing the feedback of given provided to the customers, provided to the agents who are sitting there, the call center agents. That's also an example, excellent way for an organization to know that which agents are doing well, who are misbehaving. Calls, सुना है? Calls are recorded for training and monitoring purposes. क्या करते हैं वो? रिकॉर्ड करके एक एक को सुनते थोड़ी है. कितनी कॉल सुनेंगे? इतनी तो जनता बिठा नहीं सकते, राइट? So all here data science comes into play. It helps you do those things. Route optimization. So ever looked at your how your Myntra and Amazon deliver stuff at your place, right? So how do they do it? अगर आपने 2-3 आइटम साथ दिए तो कंबाइन किया जाता है. एक ही रीजन के आइटम्स को कंबाइन करके they send it so that it is operationally efficient. So in logistics and operational efficiencies, again data is big way used. Enhance our understanding about the world. So why do you think we take these why do we spend so much money to go to Chandrayaan and go land on moon and is it some fancy thing we want to do? Create a mark के moon पे गए थे? Any guesses? क्यों जाते हैं हम लोग? भाई हमारा ही पैसा है, टैक्स हम ही देते हैं. Yes, somebody said here data. Research. What do you research? कैसे देखते हैं water है या नहीं? How do they collect data? मटेरियल उठा के लाते हैं थोड़ा. ओके यस लाते हैं. और क्या है? Photos. Who said photos? Amazing. So they take lot of images. They capture lot of images, and here on the earth, people in their research observatories analyze those images to understand whether there is water or not and all, because you can't go and collect every material on that entire big moon or the planet you're landing at, right? Again, their data science comes into picture. Even in medicine, nowadays the technology has gone to an extent that we want to help doctors. वो इतनी बड़ी बड़ी भयानक होती है ना CT scans and MRIs, right? We want to read through them and come up with a narrative. Do they find some anomalies in the report or not? So all those things are being done again leveraging data. So data science is everywhere. Okay, let me tell you, we all use WhatsApp or Telegram or email, Gmail, whatever, right? Do you see if you make a error in your, if you maybe write a wrong, not a mistake in the spelling mistake को correct कर, auto correct तो spell check हो जाता है, but do you see that sentence completion recommendation it gives you, right? How does it do it? It has learned the language and the data. So somebody is not reading our notes anymore. The technology is telling us complete the sentence like this, right? आप hope you are लिखोगे doing well, वो खुद ही दे देगा आपको recommendation. तो spell check तो intuitive है कि एक dictionary लगा दो और दे दो, but this extrapolation is amazing. How many of you use this? There is this dictate symbol, mic symbol in your Google search, right? Have you seen? Have you taught our parents? They find it easier to make that dictation. How does that happen? हाँ वो कैसे होता है? L. Large language model. Very good. What's your name? Vivek. Correct. Okay. Let's keep it simple. Large language models, yes, indeed, that's a way to, yeah. So these are based on, again, these are your data science artifacts where you're leveraging understanding about speech, right? जो आप बोलते हो mic पे, उस speech को उसी moment पे वो text में convert करता है. Look at the power. Think of a world where, somebody who is, let's say, a friend of ours who is visually impaired and has to move around, they don't need anything. Their phone powered by AI technology, powered by data, actually can help them navigate the way. वो अगला ऑब्जेक्ट देखेंगे और बोलेंगे कि यहाँ पे turn left or turn right? Because they can detect that there is something lying here when they are taking their next step. So imagine the possibilities that this is opening up for all of us. It's something that we see day in day out. WhatsApp पे भी mic का symbol होता है, आपके Google search में होता है. So data science and AI is no more a hype or a phenomena जो कहीं और किसी planet पे हो रहा है. It is very much there and we are using it day in day out without even realizing it. Right? I tell you, okay, where else do we use it? Do we watch Netflix? Do we watch Korean, Chinese or some other language, foreign language series? नीचे subtitles आते हैं? Many of these subtitles, so right now the quality is not that great, that they be very accurate, but most of the backbone work for generating these subtitles is done through automatic transcription, where the reverse is happening. So you had that mic which is converting your speech into text. It's the other way. In the same way, whatever the people are saying there in the characters are saying in their native language, automatically there are translation models which are coming up and they're translating it and on the fly giving us, they're translating it, that is number one. तो पहले कोरियन को लेके आए इंग्लिश में, लाके उसको आपको स्पीच टू टेक्स्ट भी करके दे दिया, करेक्ट. So much of it is happening in every day in our lives, which is AI and data science driven. There is a startup called ओला का, तो स्टार्टअप हम सब जानते हैं, राइट. सो ओला के फाउंडर ने ही एक नया स्टार्टअप खोला है कॉल्ड कृत्रिम, एंड इट इज द फास्टेस्ट created unicorn, you could say. Unicorn is a startup which has reached a certain stage of success. What is a unicorn, do we know? $1 million evaluation, a $1 billion evaluation, correct. So the evaluation of that startup is, if it is more than 1 billion, then it's called a unicorn. So we can, it's not that all unicorns are successful. We've seen some unicorns also struggling lately in India, but it just somewhere or the other differentiated itself from the other. So Kritrim became, I think in 12 to 18 months it became a unicorn, and what it is doing, it has generated some AI technology which can translate English or your it can actually create the translation layer into native regional Indian languages. So imagine the power now Amazon will have. A person sitting in Andhra Pradesh who doesn't know English, who doesn't know Hindi, if he speaks in Telugu and is saying I am looking for this particular thing, and they are getting it, right? So imagine what immense sales it will open up. Look at the potential of education now. Imagine a humanoid. A humanoid is nothing but a robot, but that can interact like a chatbot with the students. So we all know there are districts in India where we don't have the facility where teachers can even be there, right? So imagine, and if we just play a boring video, how can you capture the attention of the students when I fail to capture the attention of such grown-up adults here, right? So what do? They have an interactive interactive module there, which to whom they can ask questions, they can get answers without any human presence. So it is actually transforming the landscape that we have, opening up new possibilities for us, right? So let's understand what is the evolution of data science. Why is it that now we hear about data science? It was not there 2 decades back, right? Something would have changed that now data science is a hype, right? So let's understand how the field originated. Okay. So what happened in good olden times? जब अमोल पालेकर नौकरी करने जाता था 1970s की मूवी में, we had those registers and files in which record keeping or bookkeeping used to happen, right? People would go in a good file store, fetch the file, धूल निकालेंगे, फिर उसमें से देखेंगे, file process होगी, आगे बढ़ेगा. But with the advent of computers, digitalization of the data happened. What we mean by digitalization is, now this record keeping and all started happening on computers, right? So first digitalization of the data came in and computers became ubiquitous. It's not like now that everybody has a laptop and all, but now you can't imagine a working place without a laptop or a desktop, right? All banks have their data put digitalized centrally. Now with access to so much of data, what people thought, why not सहदेव जो काम करता है हम डेटा देख के क्यों नहीं करें, डेटा ही बताएगा कि कौन से दिन बारिश होती है. तो they tried to find some leverage some statistical understanding to leverage from the data some insights. So what they found, for example, people with high CIBIL scores generally don't default or generally pay back their loan, or it was an intuition somebody had. People realized that maybe it's wiser to give loans to younger people who are 25 plus, but let's not give to people who are in 18 to 22 age bracket because they may be students, right? Then they realize people in certain, they analyze the data and they found people in, let's say, construction industry are more stable than people, let's say, in investing in share market. Let's not give them higher loans, but let's give loans to, let's say, construction industry. So with all that availability of the data, a lot of number crunching could happen and insights started falling in. So that's your first bucket that you see. Simple, you had data digitalization. And can you think of a simple database that we all use? What is the most simple example of a database? Do we know what is a database? SQL, suna hai word. What is a database? Where the data is stored. What is an example of a simple database? Hard drive, okay. And okay, what else? Cloud, yeah. Google Cloud, very good. Google Cloud. Vivek said that it is a hard drive. What else? Google Drive. Very simple example. Pen drive. ये सब storage है guys. A database, see there is a difference in a database and a storage. Voter list is a data, that is a data set, right? That's a data set, collection of observations. Very good. What's your name? Prabhat. We all use Excel. We all put filters in the Excel. We put pivots in the Excel. Right? क्या करते हैं हम Excel में? Aggregate insights निकालते हैं. Right? So that's the most simple example of a database. तो लोग data को people started using Excel to do their number crunching, but Excel had some limitation. Excel में कितनी rows आ सकती हैं? 10 lakhs, right? Excel has a limitation, then what happened? People moved to Power BI. Okay, we'll come to that. Who was that? Power BI? Who said Power BI? Okay. What's your name? Prateek. Pradeep. Okay. Pradeep said Power BI. Okay. Excel के बाद फिर क्या यूज होने लग गया? Who's Microsoft Access, right? तो एक्सेल में 1 मिलियन रोज, 1 मिलियन तो अभी आया है, लेकिन पहले 33,000 और 64,000 की लिमिटेशन होती थी. विद 2007 एक्सेल द लिमिट चेंज टू 1 मिलियन रोज, अदरवाइज इट वाज 63,000 और वो भी हैंग करता था. तो उसको आप 10,000 रोज से ऊपर दे दोगे तो आपका लैपटॉप में भी इतना रैम नहीं होता था, वो गोल 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 घूमता रहेगा. एंड इफ यू आर लकी you will have your data saved, otherwise you will lose all the updates, right? So that is why Access, Microsoft Access came in. तो Microsoft ने सोचा Excel तो सुपर हिट है, तो Microsoft Access लेके आते हैं. तो Access में डेटा को कैसे ढूंढते थे? Excel तो इंट्यूटिव था, फिल्टर लगाओ, पिवट लगाओ. Access में क्या करते थे? Query, SQL query. So here came, then came your Excel, Access, SQL query. Language, structured query language. This is your SQL. Okay. So then came your SQL using Microsoft Access. लेकिन Access में भी कितना डेटा आ सकता है? कितना आ सकता है? Any guesses? It also has some limitation. With, of course, with updates, it is far better than Excel. It will not give you performance issue with lot of data, but still again, it will fall flat when you have lot of data. Imagine how much data you are generating daily. कितनी UPI transactions कर रहे होते हो. लेकिन अगर कोई बैठ के आपके UPI transactions पढ़े, तो we can make a profile about you, right? Wherever, at what places you spend. So let's say you spend on Amazon, you spend on groceries, you spend on this, then that means you're more of a student, like a household person. If you're spending on a bookstore and then you're spending on a photostat machine printout, you know, on your little bit of transport, you can create a profile. हाँ ये तो student profile लग रहा है, right? लेकिन एक person की कितनी UPI transactions हो जाती हैं, correct? So let alone अगर मुझे इस क्लास में सबकी UPI transactions स्टोर करके रखनी है, वो भी डेली, तो एक्सेस का भी लिमिट नहीं आएगा. So then came the advent of big databases, and what we call is big data. So you had what you call big data tools, where Hive, Spark, all these things came into being, and the word big data came in. Okay. Then came the world of machine learning, predictive analytics, descriptive analytics, and Power BI or BI tools, whatever. Let's delve into each one of them. What is machine learning? Automation. What else? Simulating human intelligence using machines. Perfect. Or anybody wants to add something? What is machine learning? Self-driving cars is an example of, great example. Machine learning, yes. Robotic, perfect, okay. So let's understand what is machine learning. Very simple thing. We'll come back to this slide in a while. In our 9th, 10th standard, 10th में board exam में मेरे time पे तो ये question आता ही था. Remember, we were given two coordinates, x1, y1, x2, y2, right? Given this is the x3, what is the y3 was the question. याद है? We used to solve this using linear algebra. एक graph paper में जाके plot करते थे, right? ये x coordinate इधर है, y इधर है, एक line बनाते थे, फिर उस line पे देखते थे कि x कहाँ आ रहा है, right? उसके corresponding y को map करते थे. So what we used to do, this is an x-axis, this is an y-axis. Let's say x1, y1 is 1, 2, and this is also is let's say 1, 1, and this is 2, 2. So हम क्या करते थे? हम कहते थे यहाँ पे 1, 2. Remember that squared sheets that we had? 4. I don't know. You are a younger generation, so आपके टाइम पे चेंज भी हो सकता है, बट कभी ना कभी इस फॉर्म में किया होगा. हम यूँ करते थे, 1 पे जाते थे, we used to say this is 1, 1. फिर जब x2 है तो y को भी क्या बोला गया, 2 है, तो ये वाले पॉइंट को मैप कर दिया, तो ये एक लाइन बन गई. वी से दैट नाउ ऑल द पॉइंट्स ऑन दिस लाइन विल फॉलो द सेम ट्रेजेक्टरी. सो नाउ व्हेन वी नो what is x is when, what is it when y is what is y when x is equal to 3, मैं इस लाइन पे जाऊंगी 3, मैं देखूंगी यहाँ पे 3 है, तो corresponding y क्या है, I will try to find that and I will fix that y. This is how I am making the prediction for the y. Remember, very simple way to solve using two coordinates, two data points. I am arriving at how can I predict the y for the third data point, right? Then we in 11th standard we started doing y is equal to mx plus c. तो हम इसको ऐसे solve करते थे कि एक ये हो गया. Let's say if we have 2 points, let's solve for y is equal to mx plus c. तो हम क्या करते थे, हम बोलते थे 1 is equal to 1x plus c and यहाँ पे 2 2 है, तो y की and then sorry m. Then solve for m and c. दो equation है, दो variable है, we can solve it. Very simple, right? And once we get the value of m and c, it's simple. Now I will fit in, let's say m मेरे को 1 मिल गया और c मुझे 0 मिल गया, तो अगर मुझे x पता है तो मैं y को predict कर सकती हूँ, right? Simple. We are able. So what is we doing? If you think of this as a very simple equation, but actually in our world or in our universe, the phenomena that happens is lot more complicated. It is not as simple as fitting a single line between y is equal to mx plus c. So on pen paper we can't do it, but there are lot of algorithms which can actually do it. What we mean by algorithm is some mathematical way of computing which can use some already existing relationships between x and y from the data point, because generally we know the behaviors won't change. Generally we know all adolescents behave a similar way. We generally know all backbenchers behave in a similar way. They won't be attentive, right? Generally ऐसे ही बोलते हैं, are you a backbencher, right? So we all know that all front students, एक तरह का एक intuition है ना relationship का, कि जहाँ पे आप बैठे हो versus आपका attention कैसा होगा. So in the same way, these relationships are embedded in the data, and machine with its amazing compute, unlike a human limitation, with that amazing compute can actually uncover those relationships and find out a very complicated relationship between lot of x's and lot of y. So is it right to say all backbenchers won't be paying attention? Is it the right thing to say? But can I say that all backbenchers who are looking at a mobile will not pay attention? If I now say all backbenchers which are cluttered together, they will not pay attention. Maybe you looked at the mobile because you had an important message. But if the all backbenchers looking at a mobile for a prolonged time will not pay attention, right? So if you think of it, I have added more variables to it, right? First I said backbencher or a front bencher. Then I said looking at the mobile. Then I said how long you've been looking at the mobile, right? So like this I am adding more variables to it, and the more variables I add, more accurate I will be in making that decision, right? If I just make that decision all backbenchers are not paying attention, that's a wrong statement to make, right? It's slightly incorrect statement to make, not completely wrong, right? So any complicated, so all these x's, what were the x's? Like where are you sitting? Backbench, you are a backbencher or not? Second, where a point like you're looking at your mobile or not, the duration for which you're looking at your mobile. All these are, let's say, 3 x's, x1, let's say x, z, x, z, u. So, okay, so I am trying to find a relationship between x, z and u. I don't know what kind of relationship it is. Maybe it can be x squared, it can be z3, it can be u under root. It can be accompanied by beta 1, beta 2, beta can be any value between 1 to infinity, or sorry, minus infinity to plus infinity, right? So this understanding this complicated mathematical construct, what it requires is lot of compute, number one. Number two, it requires lot of data, right? Because if I don't have that data, अगर मेरे को यही नहीं पता कि ये लाइन के लिए 2 पॉइंट भी नहीं पता, तो मैं तीसरे पॉइंट तक पहुंच ही नहीं सकती, राइट? तो कम से कम 2 पॉइंट तो मुझे चाहिए. उसी तरह आई नीड, if I am looking a complicated algorithm, I need more data points. Similarly, a little more higher threshold for the data. And then what would I need? I would need lot of compute, and third, I would need excellent data scientists who have an intuition about what statistical algorithms can be put in place, statistical or machine learning algorithms. There is a slight difference, but I am not covering that right now. We can do it in advanced classes, okay? So that is what is machine learning. So a simple example of machine learning is this. अब ये एक तरीका है machine learning का, where you have assumed the points are on a line. There are multiple ways in which you can assume, you can find that prediction. Some way of prediction is somebody who stays in, let's say, कहते हैं ना, birds of similar type flock together. They are always together. A person is known by the company he or she keeps, right? So इसका actually equivalent क्या है? I don't know if you have heard about it or not. It's called KNN algorithm. So in KNN algorithm, what we do, for any data point, we try to find some way the points which are in the close proximity of this point. And by a point, I am not meaning an XY coordinate. Think of this point represented by, let's say, 50,000 dimensions. इसके बहुत dimensions है. Not just इसका x and y coordinate क्या है, इसकी depth कितनी है, इसका color क्या है, light के इधर कैसे दिख रहा है, इधर कैसे दिख रहा है. So there are many data dimensions that I have corresponding to a point. So I want to predict whether this point, let's say, will be a student who will clear the exam or not, right? उसके बहुत सारे dimensions हैं student के. So I will try to see what are the kind of students they are in the neighborhood of that student. ऐसे points जिसने exhibit किए उन students में majority लोगों का क्या behavior रहा है, whether they have passed the exam or failed the exam, and likewise I can make that prediction. So with a simple intuition but with lot of mathematical backing and construct to it and coupled with a compute at hand, you have something called KNN algorithm to determine it. So what I want to highlight is always the problems are not as simple as y is equal to mx plus c. There can be some KNN algorithms, there are some tree based algorithms, there are many there are many algorithms and you can maybe invent one day, right? So it's something that is every day people are contributing towards creating these algorithms, right? A quick time check. How are we doing on the time? 10:30. I got it. Right. We have time. Got it. We have time. We have time. Good. Okay. So now let's. Any questions so far? Is it interesting?
I have a question. That's my class. So it's a mix of first year students and second year students, right? So first year students are still very easy going. अभी second year में आएंगे, फिर देखेंगे. But for all my second year students, now they will be getting into the job market, right? So हम नौकरी करेंगे ना इसके बाद. So now my second year students will be getting into the job market, and on their behalf, I want to understand that how data analytics will help them to probably, let's keep it very basic, A, to get a good job, and B, अगर एक अच्छी job लग गई, तो how to use it, and then the third thing being, क्या ये हर domain में use होगा wherever they will choose to go?
So okay, thanks Abhilasha. That's a great question. And I'm sure that must be there on your minds too. Am I audible? Right. Okay, so the question 1 and 2 part, the first and the second part, whether will it be used in my job or not, right? Whether it is, how will I use it in my job? We will cover them in the subsequent slides. We have slides for them, right? However, coming to the third question, whether it is used in every domain or not, what do you think? Is it used in every domain or not? Is it? Is it being used? Do we have any doubts about it? So data science and AI is a reality now. Learning them is like learning English, guys. English आती है तो, yeah, you have a question? Okay, very good. ऐसा क्यों होता है? I will come to that. Very good question. What's your name? Rahul.
Generally, meteorological department में तो हो ही जाती है, right?
Prediction है.
उसमें तो definitely नहीं होती.
Okay. But a simple answer to is क्या सहदेव हमेशा correct होगा? नहीं? है ना? तो लेकिन सहदेव हमेशा correct क्यों नहीं होगा? क्यों नहीं होगा प्रेडिक्शन सही सहदेव का हमेशा? तो काम तो यही है ना कि पास्ट डेटा को यूज करके फ्यूचर को प्रिडिक्ट करें, तभी तो इतना कर रहे हैं. डेटा प्रिसाइज नहीं है. ओके, डेटा प्रिसीजन. व्हाट एल्स? हिस्टोरिकल डेटा ही नहीं है. ओके, डेटा प्रिसाइज नहीं है, लैक ऑफ डेटा. What kind of uncertainties? So you're saying something new triggers happen. The phenomena itself has changed. कल तक तो बारिश ऐसी ही होती थी, अब क्या करें अगर ग्लोबल वार्मिंग बढ़ गई है तो, राइट है ना? तो ओके, change, disruption to the phenomena. What else? Human error. Very good. And so on and so forth. There can be many things that can happen, go wrong, right? So what happens? You are using the past data to predict the future data. तो जो past data है, अगर वही data precise नहीं है, sufficient नहीं है, sufficient in the sense, अगर मैंने क्या बोला अभी sufficiency के example, if I say all backbenchers are not serious students, is that a right statement to make? Is it a precise statement to make? But is there some truth to it? There is some truth to it, right? So instead of randomly saying head or a tail, whether this person will be a studious student or not, I can make some assessment about the backbenchers, right? At least looking at कहाँ बैठे हैं, correct? With me? ऐसा है क्या every front bencher is an excellent student? No, यहाँ पे भी सोने वाले होते हैं, right? But error तो यहाँ पे भी है, वहाँ पे भी है, but still I am bringing in some precision instead of doing a head and a tail कि ये अच्छा है या नहीं है, right? अब उसमें मैंने और क्या precision लाई? I brought in more data. I said the data will be what? Looking at the mobile or not, correct? लेकिन कितनी बार देखा? एक बार भी देख लिया तो penalize कर दूँ? हो सकता है घर से important phone आया हो, there was something, some situation that the person had to attend to, so should I be typecasting that person कि अच्छा student नहीं है? Is it right? But there is some truth to it कि जो मोबाइल देख रहा है वो distracted होगा, right? तो थोड़ा precision और आया, right? थोड़ा data और लेके आए, क्या example था? कितनी देर के लिए मोबाइल देखा? For example, you may be conversing among yourselves. थोड़ा सा यार bottle side कर दे, 30 सेकंड की बात अलग होती है. Continuously talking, right? What does that mean? That you are not at all alert in the class, right? Okay. So you get the answer. So that is what why predictions are not correct, because the data itself is inaccurate or data is not sufficient, and thirdly human error. That's a great point. Maybe you chose a wrong algorithm to predict. Not a wrong algorithm, but maybe there are better algorithms. Maybe the algorithms to capture that phenomena are not yet developed. Whatever we have, the best we have used. But tomorrow we will have a better algorithm, right? Okay? Sounds good? So that is the reason why Rahul, does that answer your question? Why errors happen? And error will always happen. So the beauty lies in saying zero error कभी नहीं पहुँचेंगे. Beauty lies in कितना कम error करते हैं. After AI, what do you mean by after AI? Have you used ChatGPT? Have you read the warning at the bottom? What does it say? Right? Good. Even ChatGPT, I don't know, has anyone used your ChatGPT? Raise of hands, quick raise of hands who have used ChatGPT. Guys at the back, if you are not interested in the class, please you can move out. It's very distracting to see you all talking among yourselves. Don't waste your time here. You will get your attendance, please feel free to move out. जो बात कर रहे हैं वो समझ जाएंगे. Right. A quick raise of hands जिन्होंने ChatGPT यूज किया है. Okay. इसके नीचे का कैप्शन पढ़ा है? क्या लिखा होता है? आंसर में भी wrong and incorrect लिखा होता है ना? Have you noticed that? Let me show you if you have not seen it. Wait. हाँ बेटा. Yeah, this is it. Just take a look at it. The bottom says that ChatGPT can make mistakes, consider checking important facts. But क्या ChatGPT बहुत बड़ा disruption नहीं है? तो errors होंगी. It's okay. We are improving, we are evolving. AI will have. That's why somebody said AI. I said it. The world is not changing to. We are not calling it artificial intelligence anymore. The research community is coining a term called augmented intelligence. So it is augmented intelligence. It is complementing human intelligence, but it is not completely आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. ऐसा नहीं आएगा कि कोई बस उड़ रहा है, आ रहा है और अकेले करके चला जा रहा है, राइट? There will be always a complementary skill to it. So you will see that paradigm changing. There will always be a human in the loop involved. So many people ask me this question, हम लोग की jobs रहेंगी या नहीं रहेंगी? We'll come to that question in a while with ChatGPT and AI coming. Okay, let's get back to where we were. रहेंगी, of course रहेंगी. But कुछ तो एक तड़का लगेगा अभी उस पे. Okay. So we looked at the word machine learning. We understood what is predictive analytics within it. We are predicting. So when we had 2 data points for y, we were predicting the third point of y. Okay. Now then came descriptive analytics. Descriptive is इतने सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, सबका कुछ डेटा है, आपके हिस्टोरिकल इंटरेस्ट होंगे. If I were to find, let's say, natural clusters out of it, one natural cluster is like Abhilasha pointed out, the first year and second year. How do I even know it's first year or second year? Probably, if I look at your admission forms and your admission dates or your cohort related information, right, I'll come to know. Within that, if I want to know people with work X, people without work X. So there will be certain coordinates there. So I can have some clusters, first year students with work X, first year students without work X, like that. These are very intuition driven segments that I have created, but these segments can also be formed from data itself. So the data can guide you how many clusters are there. Imagine if you pull in all the data corresponding to your fruits, fruit का color क्या है, fruit का taste क्या है, fruit का dimension क्या है, किस time of year पे उगता है. You can say these are citrus fruits, they are the family of मीठा वाला fruit, whatever, right? So all that happens. These are called clustering in the data, right? And then you have BI tools. So remember I talked about Excel. Excel में आप filter लगाते हो, pivot लगाते हो, और Excel में charts बनाई हैं कभी हमने, right? So लोग उसमें insights देखते हैं charts देख के कि कैसे graphs, charts बन रहे, pie chart, time trend charts, right? We all do that, right? So अब क्या हुआ? अब Excel को अगर मुझे share करना है business insight को, या मेरे को एक presentation, how many people have WorkX here? Hands. So have you created presentations in your work profile for your bosses or your supervisors? You did, right? Now क्या होता था, वो email पे भेजेंगे, वो वापस भेजेंगे, हम change करेंगे, 10 लोगों के किसी के पास गलत version चला जाएगा. हमारे आपस में भी होता है collaboration में ये problem. तो एक simple BI tool क्या करता है? Instead of BI tools are tools like, any names for BI tools? एक ने तो पावर BI बोला था, और कोई टूल्स हमें पता है? पावर ऑटोमेटिक्स, ओके. व्हाट एल्स? टैब्लू, वेरी गुड. टैब्लू, साइसेंस, पावर BI, right? And then you have these are all the tools. Actually tools क्या है, if you think of it, they're a good combination of Excel and database together. और बहुत dynamic views होती हैं. So like I can just drop down, I have little more flexibility to do things. Secondly, they are on a link or a server. So I just need to share the link with the people. Third, I don't need to create it from scratch. Automatically पीछे से data आएगा, data refresh हो जाएगा और उन tools में reflect होगा. These are why these are called tools. So now in organizations, now trend is moving towards BI tools for all your executive reporting and all, right? So अब reports बना के लोग generally are not sharing it over Excels or presentations, but what they are doing is they are sending publishing them on their BI portals and sharing those BI links with the stakeholders, right? That's where the world is moving. So a Power BI, so the Tableau is a great example that company is really minting a lot of money. Tableau, Sizons and all that, because business insights तो सबको देखनी है, data तो सभी के पास है. Even for example, अगर मैं customer service का example, I need to see which call center is having very less customer satisfaction. Is it India based, Philippine based, Manila, or is it US or UK based? Which call center is struggling? Where do I need to invest my training efforts? Where should I spend more training money? Right? All these business decisions are taken by that. So people need to regularly look at it, and BI tools have come up. Now this is all okay. Do we know what is structured data and what is unstructured data? What?
Structured data is more organized and unstructured data is non-organized data.
Example of unstructured data? Okay, good try, yeah.
How many voters in Delhi? And organized data, what kind of voter vote in the portal, like BJP and others? That is
No. But good try.
Whole population, and if we say structured data means it is like age wise or income wise structured data. The data which is collected first time. I'm open-ended survey response.
What is an open-ended survey response?
आपने survey ले लिया, उसको fill नहीं करा बस. survey आपने अपने पास रखा.
Can be audio or the chats or recording.
What is that?
Unstructured data.
Correct, very good. People who are talking and are not interested in the class, please reflect. या तो आप लोग थोप और सब आता है, और नहीं आता है तो फिर आप खुद सोच लो आप क्या कर रहे हो. डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम हियर, बिकॉज आप खुद बात नहीं करते, आप जो कर रहे हैं उनको भी डिस्ट्रैक्ट करते हो. Okay, yeah. Can somebody repeat what someone has talked about unstructured data? Video, audio, right, very good. So it's a good, some of you were able to answer it. Structured data, as the name said, suggests has a structure to it, a data that can be represented in row and column. So for example, if I were to say that what are the survey responses, satisfaction 1 to 5, highly satisfied, low satisfied, medium satisfied, like that. Then let's say the customer did my resolution, high, low, mid, resolution 1, 2, 3. So whether within this data, whether you have text or whether you have numbers, it doesn't matter. But this data is called the structured data because this data can be represented in the form of rows and columns. So Excel में ये वाला data, इस पे आप क्या कर सकते हो? You can actually count how many highs are there, how many lows are there, or you can say what is the average resolution satisfaction. You can put an average or anything like that there. Unstructured data, imagine, is a data that you all are contributing towards this social media and all. Images, the text, the WhatsApp chat logs, the emails, everything. This is called unstructured data because can you represent a text like what is that email in a table? Right? But you definitely can fathom insights about it. What kind of insights can I get on the text data? Huh? How many times we said yes or no to? So what will it tell us? Context at the conversation. So can I put counts and all leverage and get more context understanding? What kind of insights do we, okay, Good attempt. So first let's reflect and see what kind of insights do we see in our day-to-day lives using unstructured data. Amazon use करते हैं, yeah, go ahead. How many likes and shares are coming is a structured data, isn't it? ये चैट आईडी है, इस पे इतनी लाइक आई, इतने शेयर आए, उस पूरी कॉन्वर्सेशन को एक आईडी दे दूं तो स्ट्रक्चर्ड डेटा हो गया. Okay, so what do you do with that? इस तरीके के फीडबैक आ रहे हैं, क्या सेंटिमेंट क्या है उसका. So have we gone on Amazon and looked at any reviews, customer reviews? Good point. Customer reviews देखा हमने Amazon पे? उस प्रोडक्ट पे नीचे लिखा होता है 3 reviews are about this is AI generated review. पढ़ा है? अगली बार देखना किसी प्रोडक्ट की रिव्यू पे स्टार पे क्लिक करना, नीचे देखना, it will say this is AI generated review, and what would they say in the review? The review is about the quality, the review is about the size. अपने आप हर चीज़ में साइज़ तो नहीं ले आएंगे, कपड़ा होगा तो साइज़ लाएंगे, अगर वो उसका कोई वॉशिंग मशीन होगा तो उसकी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन की बात होगी, तो कोई बैठ के नहीं लिख रहा है ये. बट दे आर फैथमिंग अ लॉट ऑफ टेक्स्ट डेटा दैट यू फीड इन, क्योंकि कस्टमर रिव्यू में क्या डालता है, फोटोग्राफ डालता है, ऑफ कोर्स कितने स्टार्स देता है, लाइक्स देता है, उस इंफॉर्मेशन को भी यूज़ किया जाता है. बट द पावर दैट द डेटा, फॉर एग्जाम्पल somebody who is always posting the pictures on Facebook of going into hills, can I not know about that person कि इसको मैं अगर hills का पैकेज बेचूंगी तो ये ले लेगा? Won't I know that? Somebody who is posting the pictures of beach, right? Somebody who is posting the picture of a baby, right? So we know that this person must be having a small child at home. I can send some recommendations for child care products or some toys to this person, vis-a-vis a person who is posting photographs with lot of friends, right? So अब इसको हम ह्यूमन माइंड जैसे देख के एनालाइज करते हैं, हम क्या करते हैं, हम जाते हैं फेसबुक में कहते हैं इस पर्सन की ये फोटोग्राफ्स है, मतलब ये पर्सन ऐसा ऐसा करता होगा, राइट? डोंट वी? They provide what? A survey of it. Correct, exactly, perfect. That's what that AI generated content, and they also say this is AI generated, it can be inaccurate, but they're still publishing because it gives us some insight into it. कुछ नहीं से तो कुछ बेहतर है, तो let it not stop you, okay? So what do they do? Sentiment prediction. ओयो में रूम्स, होटल के रूम्स देखे, they look at all the customer reviews and give you a sentiment score कि इसका रिव्यू का टोटल स्कोर इतना है, तो आप अपने आप रूम्स देख लेते हो जहाँ पे रिव्यू गंदा, आप उसको नहीं चुनते हो. All that is happening through algorithms. So somebody is crunching all the images and trying to determine a persona. Somebody is crunching through all the reviews, like our friend said. They come up with a summary that what are the people talking about. Okay? So this is all unstructured data. Images, chat, text, right? Videos nowadays. लोग बहुत सारी वीडियोस पे काम करते हैं. आपने देखा आपके YouTube में probably अब शुरू में ऐड नहीं आती है. ऐड कहाँ पे आती है? बीच में. और अगर कोई इमोशनल फूल है, वो जाके वही रोने वाला सीन बार बार देखता है, तो देखोगे वहीं पे ऐड आती है. क्यों? बिकॉज दे नो कि वहाँ पे स्पाइक होगा. तो दे आर डूइंग इवन इमोशन डिटेक्शन ऑन द videos and trying to find where we should place that. Obviously, right? Another quick way is आप कहोगे कौन बार बार घुमा घसीट के उसी पॉइंट पे आ रहा है, वो तो क्वांटिटेटिव डेटा हो गया. इंश्योरेंस कंपनी भी ये कर. So if you think of it, it is intrusive. It's everywhere that you are using and leveraging the power of data. So Abhilasha made a point that which domain it is used in every domain, right? So data सिर्फ आज वही data नहीं है जो Excel में है. Every data जो आप दे रहे हो, आप pictures share कर रहे हो, आप सोचो we go to a concert, इतने सारे लोग अभी फोटो ले रहे होंगे कॉन्सर्ट में, सब उसकी फोटो ले रहे होंगे, राइट? कितना डेटा जनरेट हो रहा है, दे आर क्रंचिंग एंड गेटिंग सो मच इनसाइट्स अबाउट यू. आई मीन आई डोंट सी, आई मीन देयर विल बी अ पैराडाइम, एक टाइम आएगा जब हम सबके बारे में एक पर्सोना बना होगा डे टू डे लाइफ में. हम कहाँ जाते हैं, बिकॉज जीपीएस लोकेशन डेटा इतना प्रीशियस क्यों होता है? दे से दैट ना एप्स आर रिकॉर्डिंग द डेटा, डेटा को, क्योंकि डेटा इज द की है. एल्गोरिदम्स में डेटा नहीं है तो दे कांट डू एनीथिंग. तो दे आर कैप्चरिंग डेटा फ्रॉम यू एंड मी. इतना फ्रीली हम डेटा दे रहे हैं, ऑब्वियसली कोई चॉइस भी नहीं है. इट इज़ ऑल्सो कन्वीनियंस फॉर अस दैट वी आर हैविंग we are leveraging these tools. So then comes the world of unstructured data. Then comes your chat GPT, generative AI. Why do we call it generative AI? Do you know? Any guesses? I don't expect you to know, but any guesses why is it called generative AI? chat GPT क्या करता है उससे सोच के देखो. So if I ask it a question, if I, like for example, I have a decisioning system which says should I give a loan to this person or not, is that also a generative AI? Then why chat GPT को क्यों generative कह रहे हो? You're right, just stimulate yourself a little bit. Creating new answers, it is actually generating text, right? वहाँ पे लिखा होता है ना stop generating. Everybody, you should go back and use chat GPT. फ्री में यूज़ कर सकते हैं हम जाके लॉग इन करके, फ़ोन पे ही चेक कर सकते हैं. It says stop generating because it is generating a word. There are models which are generating images. So there is a DALL-E करके, DALE, DALL-E करके एक मॉडल है. If you give it some English text, I don't know अभी फ्री वर्जन उसका अवेलेबल है नहीं, give it some text, it will generate an image. So I want to give a text, a monkey standing on, a monkey on the tree, or monkey drinking Starbucks coffee. It can generate that image. I know monkeys don't drink Starbucks coffee, but it can generate that. It understands Starbucks, it understands monkey and club it and generate a nice image as if it has happened today. I give you one other wonderful example. Deep fake के बारे में सुना है? Deep fake menace, right? What is deep fake? जैसा नाम है ना वही है, deep fake, fake है वो, right? So there are fake videos which can get generated. So why people are so much hue and cry about these algorithms? आपने हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर को भी ये बोलते सुना होगा, प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी को, these technologies are really good. अभी इलेक्शन कैंपेन के वक्त, because there was a deep fake video in which कौन है वो, रणबीर सिंह, वो कौन सा, वही रणबीर सिंह, द ग्रेट डांसर, जो डांस करने वाला रणबीर है वो, he was actually, what he was doing, he was shown in a video that he is advocating or advocating a particular political party, going and canvassing for it, जबकि उसने ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया था. And there are videos where he is waving hand and telling to the जनता, going to Ram Mandir and all that happened. And it was a deep fake video. मतलब ऐसा इवेंट ही नहीं हुआ, but एक वीडियो क्रिएट हुआ, and you know how people get, sentiment gets mobilized, right? So that's why it's a menace. Imagine मैं यहाँ हुई नहीं, but मुझे बोल दिया जाए मैं जाके उधर I'm doing something, I'm stealing something, right? So videos like that can get created. So these are called deep fake. The deep comes from the word deep learning. So deep like machine learning. Deep learning is a class of algorithms. We will just look into it. What is it? है हमारे पास ये रहा, right? So generative AI is a particular case of an artificial intelligence. It's a particular type of machine learning in which you are generating content, right? So generally in machine learning models, you are teaching the model to learn a decision. Decision कैसा हो सकता है? लोन देना है या नहीं. Why हमेशा फिक्स्ड होगा कि लोन देना है या नहीं, सेंटिमेंट पॉजिटिव है या नेगेटिव है, राइट? इस इमेज में डॉग है या नहीं है. ये सारे एग्जाम्पल्स मशीन लर्निंग के मेजर टाइप के आते हैं. But generative AI is a special case of machine learning algorithm where machine is learning from your data, applying some compute and algorithm and trying to generate new content like new text, new images, new videos, which are called deep fake. So machine learning का set of algorithms deep learning algorithms बोला जाता है, which are based on neural network, and deep word comes from there and fake is a fake. So, and amazing videos can get created. ये तो इसका abuse हुआ, but think of the power it can have. Let's say you want to create some educational videos for children, right? For example, how think of avatars like Tom and Jerry going in a classroom with you or something showing like that. You can create so much marketing content with that, right? So in your workplaces, it's not only that it's a menace, but it is also a boon. आप कितनी चीज़ें कर सकते हो उसके साथ. So like our Prime Minister said, it's how we use it. अभिशाप या वरदान type things हम पढ़ते थे ना बचपन में. In the same way, but we have to be careful about these technologies. So generative AI is a form of machine learning, and machine learning is an advanced aspect of field of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is intelligence which is not human oriented, machine से आई है. Machine learning में you have learned from the data for a particular task, जहाँ पे आपने आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का एक और एग्जाम्पल हो सकता है योर लिफ्ट्स. अपने आप जो दरवाज़ा न्यूमेटिक सिग्नल से बंद होता है, आपने यहाँ बटन दबाया, वहाँ एयर कंप्रेशन हटता है और आपका दरवाज़ा बंद होता है. तो दैट्स आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस बिकॉज कुछ डेटा से रूल से ट्रिगर हो रहा है. लेकिन मशीन लर्निंग में क्या है, यू आर एक्चुअली लर्निंग फ्रॉम द डेटा एंड मशीन इज लर्निंग समथिंग टू डू. And then generative AI is a special case of machine learning where you are generating content. All your voice assistant, language assistant, translations, right? Self-drive cars that we just touched upon. Intelligent surveillance. Think of it like अगर मेरे को CCTV footage तो होता है, for example. And the teacher cannot even pay, for example, attention to every student. But later on, if you want to identify, let's say, students who were probably perhaps struggling with a particular concept, were able to pay attention to, or they, maybe you can do a emotion detection on their face and identify, okay, these are the topics where the class struggled, and that's a feedback for the teacher to improve on. So look at the power it can generate. So any use case, you have to just apply and see कि क्या हो सकता है. So example of ChatGPT. Okay. So this is an example of GenAI chat. People who have not used GenAI so far, you can tell it, please take yourself as a hotel manager and classify the sentiment of the review into positive, negative, neutral. Had a delightful experience at the newly opened Pind Ki Masti, warm atmosphere, attentive staff, and good food, and the seared dal makhni and padhi blah 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 blah, you get it, right? So it's a very positive sentiment when you read it. But who wants to do this number crunching? तो पहले क्या करते थे, ऐसे बहुत सारा डेटा लेके मॉडल बनाया जाता था कि ऐसे सेंटिमेंट पॉजिटिव है या नहीं. विद ChatGPT even that has become simple. It can even act, it can even do what all you are doing. It can tell you what the sentiment is, right? Positive or negative. Okay, key trends. So this is where we are. So the key trends that we see, okay, widespread adoption of AI, data science, artificial intelligence, statistics, जो भी नाम बोलना चाहो ले सकते हो, but every organization is adopting that. So in my research, I had a study where we have seen that we studied some 96 startups, Indian e-commerce startups, out of which 66 were at that point in time were not successful, and 33 were successful, but were still surviving at that point in time. And what we have analyzed and seen that most of them actually leverage this technology and they leverage the power of data, and that's why they are surviving and successful. So e-commerce may, if you think of it, is Amazon the only company which is giving you or selling kurtis to you? No. There are many more companies that you know, right, do that. बहुत आई हैं. I don't want to, बहुत आई हैं, बहुत लोगों ने ये मॉडल अप्लाई किया है, रिटेल मॉडल. But where they failed is they have not leveraged the technology and the power of data to bring in efficiencies, and hence they died their death. Okay, so in startups and in all the organizations, it's no more. अगर कोई organization use नहीं करती है, तो आपको यही सोचना चाहिए. There are two good things about it. या तो you can go in there and bring in that change, or the second thing is मत जाओ वहाँ पे अगर वो closed है तो, क्योंकि future नहीं है उसका, right? तो right, government is also using it, it is also bringing, okay? And then comes investment in the compute. So like I said, data and compute are the two key things here for us to leverage this power of data or data science or analytics. You will see companies are also investing, and there are companies which are coming up which are offering this compute. So somebody here talked about cloud, right? Cloud as a storage. Cloud पे जा भी क्यों रहे हैं? क्योंकि cloud में हम जितना compute चाहिए वो भी as a service ले सकते हैं. For these big data generative AI algorithms, we need something called GPUs, graphical processing units, not only let alone your CPUs. अब तो TPUs की बात हो रही है. So lot of investments in the industry will start happening towards compute also. Data collection, and remember जब ChatGPT launch हुआ था, not everybody was even able to try it out. Recall that because the server got very busy. कितना compute चाहिए? वरना तो हम सब अपने local laptops पे ही कर सकते थे ना, but possible ही नहीं है. All that technology requires a lot of investments in the compute. Data collection and privacy is a concern. Like I said, every data point actually, data is needed by these algorithms, but you'll also see that abhi your European Union में, abhi UK में, there is a AI law that got passed, right? Which is again putting some limitations on how data can be captured, what data can be captured, right? That's why you'll see even on your mobile phones, there are always the terms and conditions which we very conveniently try to ignore and bypass and do our task. But that's all about what data they are capturing right now. The entire controversy whether companies, mobile phones which keep data on Indian servers vis-a-vis a foreign server, that is all because you are providing your data. So the data privacy becomes all the more a bigger burning issue. And why I'm saying this here is you guys will be future managers in your organizations. You will be product managers. Given that you are doing MBA, I am not expecting you to be somebody who will be writing algorithms from the scratch, because that thing some engineer will be doing for you. What you will be doing is you will be leveraging what they are creating to make more effective business decisions at your workplace. And while you do that, these are some of the considerations you should keep in mind. You may think मैं सारा डेटा ही कलेक्ट कर लेता हूँ, क्या बुराई है, बट आपको अपना रेगुलेटरी एनवायरनमेंट समझना पड़ेगा. You don't want your product or company to go into a legal battle and fighting those battles with the courts and high commands of the country, right? So इसलिए as you, when it's an MBA cohort, you guys should be aware about these things, be more learned about these things when you implement them. Approach for your career in data science. So I'll just briefly talk about how that entire landscape is evolving. First thing, for anybody who is trying to look for a career in data sciences, if you don't know it, please at least get your hands dirty with Excel. Excel का filter, Excel में pivot, Excel में data पढ़ना बहुत basic skill है, आना ही आना चाहिए. That's the first starting point for you to, first step for you to enter your data science career, if you don't know that. Then you should be able to, someone who should be knowing and understanding of a SQL languages. We must have done it in our 11th 12th. If not, 90-80 minutes के videos होते हैं YouTube पे, जिनको आप देख के you can get a refresher. How you can leverage these databases to pull and extract data. And इस पे you can go on becoming an expert to it. You can become a data engineer. You can write an optimized query. मेरी query 1 मिनट में नहीं 10 सेकंड में आंसर दे, वो भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन होता है. अगर आप अमेजोन में एक प्रोडक्ट ढूंढ रहे हो एंड इट टेकिंग एजेस फॉर यू टू गिविंग यू द रिजल्ट्स, विल यू गो टू दैट वेबसाइट? But you would like to go to a website which is immediately fetching you results, right? You click and that's called data latency. Latency is the gap between the results and the user query. और user को तो सब ऐसे चाहिए सब, है ना? तो इसलिए it's very important that there is a specialized field of, so if I put it, in today the trends is there are something called reporting profiles or BI profiles, where your job will be start with Excel and understand these Tableau reports. You create Tableau based artifacts, Power BI based artifacts. You should be somebody who understands the data. You should understand what kind of visualizations will make sense, how you will churn insights from it. That is one kind of profile. The other profile is data engineer. So what a data engineer does is, like I said, optimized query. Output 10 सेकंड में आ जाएगा, 1 मिनट की जगह. आपको डिसाइड करना है आपको पाथ रेड करना है नहीं, बट बेसिक क्वेरी लिखनी आना विल बी अ वेरी यूजफुल स्किल फॉर यू, राइट? If you want to become an expert in it, obviously you will try to look at what optimizations you can do using Spark, using Hive, and whatnot, right? Then of course comes your statistician and data engineer or research analyst or whatever these interesting fancy names that you see. These are the people who are again not creating algorithms. They are using the right algorithm for the right kind of data and generating certain models or artifacts which can go in, right? Model deployment is all again data engineers, and these are data engineers and statisticians. As a product manager, right, if you are managing any product or a portfolio at your workplace, you should be somebody who knows a little bit of everything, because you will be connecting the dots. For example, if I am a product manager at Amazon, my question will be, you are launching a new website or you created this app, how much time does it take for this app to load, right? That should be a key important question that you should ask. And whom you should ask that question, not someone who is, maybe your algorithm could be better, which gives you an answer quicker way, which is not taking a lot of time. Maybe your deployment needs a better way, they pull the data and all. So that's why you should be aware about the entire ecosystem, but not going into depth of everything. But a breadth is needed as an MBA cohort if you want to venture into this field. And of course you will venture into this field, as you all learned that this is AI is everywhere. It is there in our lives now, right? So this, when you are approaching the career in data science, keep in mind, cover the breadth, then decide your depth where you want to do. And it's a very disruptive field. हर दिन कुछ ना कुछ हो रहा है. So you have to ensure that you keep yourself updated, but don't get overwhelmed. Those sounds cliche, but always remember, even if you do a small little bit of 0005 every day, spanned accumulated over 365 days, it is always bigger than what you are currently. Okay? So every day spend some time to keep yourself updated. Little bit is also enough, but you have to be consistent. With that, we conclude today's session, and thank you for your attention. And that thanks is only to the people who paid attention. Okay? I hope you got something from the class, and I'm open to any questions you have. Right? Let's pause.
Please remain seated. So, ma'am, on behalf of all of us, we would like to give you a
Thank
small
you.
token of appreciation.
Thank you. Wow. Achha, has this. Thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am, if you could just go there and we'll just have a quick group photo with everyone.
But any questions? Yeah. What is the future of data science? Future is very bright, and without that there is no future. But within that there are specializations. We will take it offline. I think for others it's not an important. Is it an important question for you also? Should I address it collectively? So the question is, what is the future of data science? So data science is a life skill now in your work. But the extent to which, for example, knowing English or speaking in English is an important skill for us, for our communication when we go to a workplace. But to what extent do we learn English depends on our profile, right? We may be excellent email writers, or we may be excellent, but we don't get into the Shakespeare space of thou, shall, and all that, right? Depending on, we are not into the literature space. So you will determine to what extent you have to go. But data science is important. Yeah, let's. Any other question?
You were telling about the job and AI, like lose the job and like AI will lose the job and
हाँ, AI से जॉब नहीं जाएगा गाइस. AI is just a tool. जॉब उसका जाएगा जिसको उस टूल को यूज करना नहीं आता.
Ma'am, is there any course from where we can learn the data analyst? Is there any particular course?
There are many courses. You can check out Coursera, YouTube. Very good question. Coursera, YouTube. There are many open source also, but
Perfect one you can advise. The perfect one you can advise.
there is no perfect one. You have to be. There is nothing like a perfect start. But start from the basics. पहले Excel, SQL थोड़ा सा. Like I said, optimized query नहीं. थोड़ा सा. Understand a breadth of things and then decide where you want to be.
20-30 ईयर के बाद AI रिप्लेस कर सकता है ह्यूमन को, क्योंकि अगर
ह्यूमन को कभी रिप्लेस नहीं करेगा, हमेशा ऑगमेंट करेगा ह्यूमन को.
हम एक पर्सनैलिटी क्रिएट कर देंगे, अब मल्टीपल AI आ गए अलग अलग उसके, तो वो तो ह्यूमन से ज़्यादा बेटर परफॉर्म करेंगे ना अगर 30-40 साल 50 साल बाद की सोची जाए.
करेंगे, बट उनको बना कौन रहा है?
तो अगर उन्होंने ये खुद से डेवलप कर लिया बनाने की कैपेबिलिटी, तब
ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा. There will be skills which will be evolving. We said when computers will come, jobs will not get created, right? They will go away. Did that happen?
नहीं.
But किसकी गई?
जिसको पता नहीं था उसके बारे में.
But और बढ़ गई ना.
हाँ.
ऐसा था कि डेटा डिजिटलाइज हो गया तो जॉब्स खत्म हो गई.